Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. First of all, let me start by saying happy Thanksgiving. Hope it was a good one for you and your family. This week's subject is somewhat financial, but somewhat important as well, because it talks about teen drivers and keeping them safe. For a teenager, getting his or her license is an exciting time. I still remember when I got mine and when my kids got theirs. A license may represent being one step closer to becoming an adult. However, having a teen driver can be a time of concern for parents, given the increased risk of accidents that teen drivers are prone to. If you have a teen driver, here are a few best practices to think about as you contemplate your child taking the wheel. Parents might want to take measures to reinforce safe driving concepts. I kind of wish we had those when my kids were driving. This serves to not only help protect the safety of your teen, but can also reduce the possible insurance claims from accidents. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention has a sample driving agreement. That's what I'm talking about. I wish I had that outlines the expectations and limits of being a driver. This tool clearly states the rules of driving and the consequences of not following them. And there's a place for both the parent and the teen driver to sign. There's a link on the article that goes with this video if you want to go there and check it out. Although the laws differ in each state, has some form of graduated driving license program. The programs give young drivers the chance to practice skills under low-risk circumstances. For example, late-night driving may not be allowed, and the number of passengers is limited. Full driving privileges are earned along with greater responsibility. Now, these GDL programs typically have three driving stages. The first is a learner's permit. The next step is a provisional license, and the last step is a full unrestricted license. It is best to know your state's laws in this area. Your teen driver will have to follow them. The child may find some inconvenience, such as allowing only one passenger in the car, for example. A driving teen will bring changes to the parent's insurance as well. Having a new driver needs to be discussed with your property and casualty agent. Now, sit down when they come and tell you what the new premium will be, because it can be a shock to parents. Adding a teen driver can be expensive, since insurance companies have targeted young drivers as being more likely to drive recklessly and take risks. Often, as a driver gains more experience and develops a good driving record, the cost of insurance will go down. Some other cost reducers may include discounts for safe driving incentives programs. If you have a child with good grades, an academic discount may also be offered. You might also be able to get a discount if you use a mobile app to monitor the driving habits of your teen. As you update your auto insurance to account for your teen driver, it may be a good idea to review your policy's major coverage areas. Bodily injury liability covers and pays for expenses arising from another person's injury in the event you or your teen driver cause an auto accident. Property damage causes the property damage caused by another person's property or to another person's property while driving. Medical payments helps pay for the medical costs associated with any injuries to the driver or the driver's passengers. And liability insurance covers you in case you get sued. These coverage areas are very important to keep updated and a new teen driver on the road. Be aware that bodily injury liability also has a type of coverage called uninsured and underinsured motorist coverage. This coverage offers protection in case you or your teen gets in an accident with a driver who has inadequate or no auto insurance. Uninsured motorist coverage allows you to collect damages against your own policy in this event. Now, lastly, I mentioned umbrella liability policies. This type of coverage gives you enhanced coverage. Make sure you have that uninsured, underinsured motorist rider on that as well. And be sure to update your coverages well before your teen driver takes the road.